So you're ready to enter the German luxury SUV space, but you don't want the Mercedes-Benz GLS because it's too big. And you don't want the G-Wagon because it's expensive. Well, I may have a solution for you.
This is the Mercedes-Benz GLB. If you're still wondering where this vehicle fits into the brand's lineup, it's the second smallest SUV, being larger than the GLA and slightly smaller than the GLC. This subcompact 5-seater or available 7-seater luxury SUV is still in its first generation and gets its mid-cycle refresh. The exterior retains its boxy-ish look and gets styling updates for the front and rear fascias, which make it look more like a mini version of the flagship GLS model. The update also includes new LED headlights and taillights and 2 new wheel designs.
I've always liked the look of the GLB. I think it's a handsome SUV and it has a nice stance on it, but I wish they got rid of these fake exhaust outlets, and I wish they would carry that width at the bottom all the way up to the top because it looks a bit pinched in up here. Nonetheless, I still think it looks good.
Despite being the second smallest SUV in the Mercedes-Benz lineup, the GLB actually has more cargo space and second row legroom than the more expensive GLC model. Behind our tester's second row, there's 22 cubic feet of space, and for more cargo flexibility, fold down the rear seats for up to 62 cubic feet. And I'll mention that there's a hatch close and lock button that's a favorite function of mine.
Yeah, it's a good amount of space back here, and believe it or not, Mercedes has an option for a third row. Yes, a third row in the GLB subcompact luxury SUV. I don't know how your passengers will fit because we never get that third row, but it is an option.
Inside the cabin, the boxy dimensions allow for some good headroom, and the second row seats can slide and recline for optimal passenger or cargo space. There's also air vents on the back of the center console and a secret compartment that hides a small nook and 2 USB-C ports. And up front, you get power adjustable synthetic leather seats, which may be comfortable for some, but for larger folks like myself, it could feel a bit tight.
I really like the entry height on the GLB. It makes ingress and egress simple. I don't like how narrow the front seats are. This driver's seat feels like it's barely supporting me, and it does have thigh extensions, but doesn't really do too much for me. I'm 6'4", and I have plenty of headroom and plenty of legroom, but I wish the bottom portion of the seats were wider. The steering wheel is highly adjustable, tilt and telescoping, and they even have the heated steering wheel toggle right here on the column. And you have some soft inboard and outboard armrests and a soft touch dash. But make sure you don't move down too far because it could get a little scratchy.
For its refresh, the GLB gets some welcome tech updates. A 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster and 10.25-inch center touchscreen now come standard, along with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. It utilizes the latest MBUX system with over-the-air updates and can recognize voice commands.
For this to be an entry-level SUV in the Mercedes-Benz lineup, they've actually done a good job giving the cabin an upscale vibe. I mean, you have TriStar elements on your door panel and on your dash, some nice soft materials around the cabin, and the ambient lighting is a good touch. You also have these turbine vents that I wish were a little bit smaller because these are the first thing that I noticed when I hopped in the cabin. But you do have physical switches for your HVAC controls, which is great. A really deep center console here, and your phone storage or small item storage right here up front. I do wish something was up here to hold sunglasses, and I do wish these beautiful clear screens were embedded in the dash just a little bit better, just like how they are in the GLS. But they do what they're supposed to. They're nice and clear, and they even have that "Hey Mercedes" thing where you could give it commands. Hey Mercedes.
How can I help?
I'm hot.
I'm reducing the temperature to 64 degrees.
It worked this time. I'm juiced.
GLB 250 models are now powered by a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which makes a total 221 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, and is mated to an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive is standard, But the Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, which our tester has, can be had for an extra $2,000. And if you want more power, the AMG GLB 35 model has standard all-wheel drive, 302 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, and gets from 0 to 60 in around 5.5 seconds.
The powertrain in this GLB 250 feels perfectly fine. I mean, the engine is peppy, and this dual clutch transmission shifts quickly, and at slower speeds, it's not giving you that jerky movement. And this mild hybrid system is great at a stop because the start-stop function is very, very smooth, and I really enjoy that. One thing that I don't enjoy is not having a brake hold function. I mean, don't get me wrong, the brakes here feel great. They're nice and progressive, and they give you some good feedback when pressing down, but when you're coming up to a stoplight, you gotta hold the brake yourself. I mean, come on, Mercedes, you want my foot to do all the work? Shame on you.
Fuel economy for the GLB 250 comes in at 25 miles per gallon in the city and 33 on the highway. Opting for the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system slightly dings efficiency by 1 mpg, and going for the more powerful AMG GLB 35 will bring efficiency down even more to just 23 miles per gallon in combined driving. While driving around town, the GLB 250 provides adequate comfort and an easy driving experience.
When going around turns, you do feel a little bit of body roll, but nothing substantial. But the suspension does a great job at providing a nice, smooth ride when going down the street. The steering feel, it's precise, albeit a bit light, but you do get paddle shifters if you want to be more engaged on your drive, and you get drive modes as well, so you can pick between sport, eco, comfort, and individual, where you can customize your own settings like the steering feel, the throttle mapping, and your suspension firmness. And I'll add, the turbo spools up when you're really giving it some throttle. You can hear it, and the wastegate, I mean, that's kind of cool. Adds to the funness of it, right? Right?
The GLB's easy road manners and the boxy dimensions for more of your stuff make it a well-worthy road trip candidate. It's also a stylish way to get around town, whether driving to the mall or across town. The small size makes it agile and easy to park, while its roomy inside provides a comfortable environment.
While driving, the seats are comfortable, even though the bottom portion is a bit narrow. The back part gives me some really good support. And there is a little bit of wind noise coming into the cabin and road noise, but at least visibility looks good going outward and even over my left and right shoulders thanks to these tall windows.
Standard safety features for the GLB include active brake assist, blind spot assist, active park assist, forward collision mitigation, and regular cruise control. If you need adaptive cruise control or a surround view camera, they're available as optional features.
So the GLB is comfortable and it's competent on the road, as you would expect from the TriStar brand. But let's get to the good part. Money.
Base price for a Mercedes-Benz GLB starts at $45,600, which reflects the destination charge and includes the standard features mentioned earlier, plus 18-inch wheels, aluminum roof rails, heated front seats, 4 USB-C ports around the cabin, dual-zone climate control, wireless phone charging, and ambient lighting. For more power and slightly more aggressive styling, the AMG GLB 35 starts at $60,200. And as you've guessed, plenty of features, luxuries, and creature comforts are offered through standalone options and packages. That's just how Mercedes-Benz gets down.
If you're interested in purchasing a GLB or a GLA or a GLC or a GLE or a GLS, go on kbb.com and get a fair purchase price. kbb.com for all the alphabets. Click the link above for more details.
If you're cross-shopping in the subcompact luxury SUV segment, check out the Audi Q3, Lexus UX, Volvo XC40, Jaguar E-Pace, and the BMW X1 and X2. And if you're planning on going all electric, the EQB is pretty much the GLB, but in EV form.
The Mercedes-Benz GLB, a handsome little SUV with space for your passengers, for your things, good driving dynamics, and good tech. And the best part is you don't have to pay GLS or G-Wagon prices. So if all that sounds good to you, check one out for yourself.